Hi, I'm Sandra Burrus with Keller Realty. Today we're going to talk about how to start from the very beginning getting your house ready for market. Stay tuned. This video is a personal one for me. This past spring, we listed our personal house, and even though I do this all the time with my clients, doing it for myself and my family was very challenging. So after going through it, I decided to create a 4-week calendar to give you an idea of how to break that giant monster of getting your house ready for market down into manageable pieces. Most people get overwhelmed when they think about all the things that they have to do to get their house ready to go on the market. And the truth is, you probably don't need to do everything that you think you do. This is a really good time to get your real estate agent involved in helping you decide what are the most cost-effective and time-effective things for you to take care of before listing your house. If you want to check the link below, there is a sample calendar that can give you an idea of what we did in our personal house. Committing to a timeline seems difficult at first, but actually it gives you a plan of action so you don't have to question what you need to do every day. And I find that it really helps manage the stress of a situation that is extremely stressful. Most people need to declutter before they list their house for market. It might be old clothes or chemicals or old paint. We were no different. Our community allowed for us to schedule bulk pickup as well as hazardous waste pickup, which we took advantage of twice during the time we were prepping our house for market. So we were able to dispose of 5 gallons of paint at a time, which we did. And once we did that, we were able to reschedule it. And that's something we didn't have to take care of disposing of when we were finishing up at the end. It's very important to walk the interior and the exterior of your home, hopefully with your real estate agent, and they can give you some advice on the things that are most important to take care of. I don't feel like this is the time to be making improvements, but it is the time to handle maybe some deferred maintenance or things that are really obvious. I always tell people, and we did the same thing, is focus on the top 5 things: foundation, roof, HVAC, electrical, and plumbing. And if there's anything that you know of that isn't working properly in any of those 5 areas, take care of that. We scheduled a time for a handyman to come take care of some of the smaller jobs that we weren't really skilled to take care of, and we just made a running list. We also ended up doing a couple of improvements, and again, this is going to be a call between you and your real estate agent if this is necessary. We replaced carpet and we had the interior and the exterior of our home painted. So when we worked our calendar, those were the first things that we did, is schedule those people. It's a little bit hard these days, especially, to get contractors, and so that's the first thing we did, and that sort of set up our entire timeline depending on what their schedule for installation and so forth was. You will be really shocked at how quickly you'll be able to knock out some of these items if you have a plan of action. There is so often that I hear from clients that they move things that they don't really want or need multiple times sometimes, and again, we were no different. So some of the things that we put on that calendar are to take care of some of those hard to handle items that we just sort of procrastinate doing. But what that does, it helps you so much at the end or when you move to your new place, so that you are really only taking the things that you really want and need. Another thing we did is we scheduled a junk pickup. Things like broken flower pots or broken lawn furniture, just stuff that's kind of hard and messy to deal with. We did that about week 2, and then we did it at week 4, because as you're going through stuff, you end up finding more and more items that you really can't recycle, and nobody is gonna buy them. So it's time to get rid of some of those items. We set up a staging area in our garage so that we had a better idea of what services we needed to contract for. We had an area for metal recycling, electronics recycling, donations to our community outreach service. We also scheduled for pickup for large items like furniture that we didn't want, that we planned to donate. Another thing we really utilized with the help of a very good friend is Facebook Marketplace, and we sold quite a bit of furniture and knick-knack items items that had some value that we could have donated, but we checked out on Facebook Marketplace first to see if we could sell it, which saved me the time of having to set up for a garage sale. And I don't know about you, but that is the last thing that I wanted to do when I'm busy trying to get everything ready for my house to go on the market. So that was a really, really effective tool for us. Another thing that we did when we set up the staging area is we had a space for items that we were going to leave for the new owners. For instance, we had Christmas lights that were custom to our house, and I wanted to make sure and leave those for the new owners. We had grates from our microwave that we really didn't use. We had additional items for our grill outside. Those are the kind of items that often get packed by mistake, and then you have to figure out how to get them to the new owners. So try to set items like that aside, including paperwork for your house that you want to give to the new owner. Anything that is from the builder, if you have that, or blueprints, or anything like that. The other thing that I do is move any paint that is currently used in the house to that space. Again, we're trying to get rid of stuff that we don't need, but those are things that I think most new owners really appreciate. One last tip that I tell almost all of my sellers, and we used as well, is we rented a storage. There are things that you want to get out of your house that kind of take up a lot of space and you're not going to be using them for the next several months. Things like Christmas decorations, holiday decorations, wreaths, stuff like sewing machines, or maybe musical instruments that you're not really using often. Those are things that take up visual space, and our goal is always to clean out our closets and make sure the space looks really open. And I find that having a storage place that you can take it to really, really helps. I know firsthand how difficult it is to get your house ready for market and managing the stress and emotions that go along with that. But I do find that if you have a plan of action, it makes it so much easier and really helps you manage that stress. And as always, like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos about North Texas and North Texas real estate.